You guys probably remember Eric Bolling. He used to be a mainstay on Fox News. He recently appeared on BBC News to debate the passage of the election reform bill in Georgia. Now, like with most everything in this world, Democrats and their media allies have relentlessly lied about this law, claiming it does things it doesn't do while ignoring that it actually expands voting opportunities. But because racism is the go-to argument for those who can't otherwise articulate a defense of their viewpoints, someone named Aisha Mills decided to accuse Bolling of supporting racial discrimination and attack him simply based on the fact that he is white. Now, Bolling's response should be seen as a shining example of how everyone should treat these people in situations like this, especially on national television. We'll watch the clip right after this quick commercial break to pay some bills. As you likely know, the keto diet is taking the fitness industry by storm for its benefits in healthy appetite management, energy levels, and mental clarity. However, the keto diet is extremely difficult to follow, and for many, even harder to maintain. Some experts say it isn't even sustainable. And that's why Keto Elevate was created. This amazing product powerfully supports ketone production, whether you follow the keto diet or not. That's right, it can help elevate ketone levels, even without the strict, difficult, and inconvenient no-carb diet that comes with doing keto. This will provide your body with 100% C8, the most ketogenic MCT, which provides fast and effective support for peak energy levels, mental clarity, and healthy appetite management. Get your own bag today for 51% off and free shipping by visiting the link in the description box. We also have a 60-day money-back guarantee, so hit that link in the description box today.
So when a business takes on something and everything has become political, wearing a mask has become political, a voting law in the state of Georgia has become political, and even have ramifications within Major League Baseball. But when you pick a side as a business, you're alienating the other side. Now, typically in America, and I believe you'll have a liberal Democrat come on, and I would be remiss to say that this is the way it goes. Typically in America, liberals have always used the boycott as a tool, a gun, so to speak, pointing at corporate CEOs' heads, saying, either you listen to us and do things our way, or we'll boycott your product. Conservatives in America have stepped away from that. I believe the time has come now. The pendulum has swung so far into this woke culture, cancel culture, liberal Democrat world that conservatives now need to step up and say, we're 50% of this country. If we do what you've done, these corporate CEOs who are listening, catering to only one side, will have to step up and listen to it or lose half their sales.
The deal is that everybody, corporations should included, should be on the side of democracy in the countries that they operate in, right? So what's happening right now is that an issue, voting, which is just fundamentally a right for everybody in this country. It has nothing to do with whether you're a liberal or a conservative or a Democrat or Republican or none of the above, right? Not with any party. You should be able to go and vote. And you should have a fair opportunity and access to that ballot. It should not be made more complicated, difficult, or restrictive for you, no matter who you are, what walk of life you come.
So here, can I just clear something up? Major League Baseball pulled the All-Star game from Atlanta. Atlanta's 50% African-American, and they did it on the heels of what Aisha has been fed from the Biden administration, that somehow this voting rule is bad for African-Americans in the state of Georgia. They pulled it from the state of Georgia and put it into Denver, Colorado with 9.7%.
Okay, wait a second.
Allow me to finish. 9.7% African-American representation in Denver. Here's what they did to the African.
I'll bring you in 1 second, Aisha.
Here's what they did to the African-American community, minority businesses in Atlanta, in Cobb County. They took $100 million of revenue. They took 8,000 booked hotel rooms and they moved them out of the state and put them in a state and a city with far less diversity than the state of Atlanta. And by the way, if Aisha wants to complain about this, take it up with Stacey Abrams, who's the voting advocate in Georgia, who said it was a mistake. Take it up with both senators who are both Democrats, one of them African-American, who said it was a mistake.
Because I think it's really rich for any Republican, especially a white man, to run around and claim that they care about the economic condition of Black communities and Black businesses when that's all a lie, okay? There's nothing in their policies
Just please let her finish.
that they've done. The other thing is that I don't work for the Biden administration.
Eric, I'm so sorry, we can't hear you. I'm going to let Aisha finish.
I don't work for the Biden administration, never have, but what I am is a Black person in America. And every everything that these voting laws stand for and what they look like are reminiscent to the Jim Crow policies that my family's lived under. Every single thing about it. So this is all about racial discrimination. And how dare you try to act like you are somehow a proponent of Black people in businesses just to make a point and to try to create a wedge. It's ignorant and it's just disrespectful.
That's disgusting. I'm done. Put me off. That's disgusting. I am nowhere anything you're painting me to be. And the problem with American politics is exactly that. Because I'm white, you think I'm racist. That's BS. I'm done.
Will you just stay, Eric? Will you just stay for this question? So the question we've got, Aisha, is stay for one question, Eric. Let me put this to you because
I don't know why I'm staying here. I don't know why. I need an apology.
Let me put to you the question that Mitch McConnell was saying.
For being offended. No.
Aisha, okay. I think we've lost Eric.
That was perfect now, wasn't it? Well, I would have probably said something about her inability to stay on topic and have an adult conversation before stomping off, but besides that, it was perfect. He was completely justified in doing so. Judging someone's character and argument simply based on their skin color is what we here in Normie Land call racist. Of course, Mills probably believes it's her right to spew racist nonsense. Giving critical race theory skews the idea that racism can be directed at someone who is white all day long. I assume it's some form of those reparations we keep hearing about. Bolling was making a substantive argument in favor of Georgia's voting laws, of which plenty exist, and Mills has no answer except to call him white and say he's disgusting while insinuating he doesn't care about racial discrimination. This is what our political discourse has become, different identity groups shouting at each other. Well, sadly, it's mostly one identity group shouting at everyone and anyone that disagrees with them. Facts need not apply, of course. It's idiotic and gross, but completely expected at this point. Just a sign of the times, I guess. Well, Bolling apparently had enough. He got up once, returned to ask for an apology, after low IQ Mills doubled down, claiming it was she that had been offended by what he said. Bolling left for good. Mills, being the hack that she really is, then took to Twitter to claim that Bolling was a longtime racist who built his brand on racist commentary. Her two bullshit examples that she bragged about having on Twitter was that he once said his house, referring to a home, and 40s, referring to an alcoholic beverage while making fun of Barack Obama. Well, it doesn't take much these days, I guess. Of course, her lack of self-awareness is apparent given how quickly she jumps to stereotypes of white people not caring about the Black community when she is otherwise stumped on a policy question. Once again, good for Bolling. It's not even worth engaging with these people. When I say these people, I mean low IQ Democrats. I understand the idea of a good debate and having disagreements, and I believe that's healthy. But sitting there being called a racist by someone who is obviously a racist and doesn't know you is a complete waste of everyone's time. Megyn Kelly had a pretty good observation involving the incident. Megyn tweeted out, she plays the race card and then plays the victim, all the while attacking Eric Bolling based solely on the color of his skin. Good for him for walking off. Now, President Donald Trump, meanwhile, has called on Republicans to boycott corporations that slammed the law in recent days. Quote, for years, the radical left Democrats have played dirty by boycotting products when anything from that company is done or stated in any way that offends them. He wrote in a statement, quote, now they are going big time with woke cancel culture in our sacred elections. It is finally time for Republicans and conservatives to fight back. We have more people than they do, by far. Boycott Major League Baseball, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase, Viacom CBS, Citigroup, Cisco, UPS, and Merck. Don't go back to their products until they relent. Most of this came by way of redstate.com. If you liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment down below. There's a PayPal link in the description box, so please put $1 in the bucket on the way out the door. I'd like to thank everybody for all your donations. They're much needed and much appreciated. Now, with all that being said, we'll see you next time.
Come on, move. Move. Easy, easy.